With that being said, welcome to the new show on the block. Touching every topic, guaranteed to make it hot. Run them Phillip River spirals to girly running the rock. Run them lake show dunks to them game winning shots. It's a lock, it's a fact that we only spitting facts. Like who wreck a finna flop and who stay on top of that. Who the hottest of the month and who really spitting trash. Don't stress, just guess. This your favorite podcast. Everything should be dead after.
That's what he said.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending what time it is, wherever you are in the world. Listen to us right now. I am Francisco, your host with the most, a.k.a. Defective_TDK on IG, and I'm chilling with my co-host.
What's up, everybody? It's Daniel, a.k.a. Unruly Pre-Rocco on that IG.
And you are now tuned in to episode 68 of
With That Being Said.
Oh, man. Another week.
Man. Not again.
Not again. Another week, another Saturday morning episode, huh?
Yep, it'd be like that.
Sometimes,
Uh-huh.
life gets rough.
It gets rough.
And when the going gets tough, the tough get going.
Yep.
So I had to wake up early today.
I had to wake up early today, too.
But I feel bad for you, though, because you said you were up late.
Yeah, I want to sleep like a tree.
Yeah, but see, it's just different perspective because I feel like I was up late, but I want to sleep at like midnight.
Damn, I wish I went to sleep at midnight. I would have been chilling.
Yeah, 3? You're fucking might as well don't even go to sleep. Just get up and ready for work.
I mean, yeah, like, I was running my counterfeit company and I was moving some dope in Grand Theft Auto last
Grand
night.
Theft Auto, right?
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right.
So I was up late and making sure everything was cool. So when I come back to it, probably like tomorrow, everything's still going straight.
Well, that's
a
good CEO.
Yeah. You feel me?
That's good. That's just taking care of business.
Exactly.
And life be like that sometimes, brother.
Yeah.
How's your week been?
It's been good, bro. It's been good. There's something I want to talk to you about though.
What's up?
Do you know somebody called Dr. Dre? Andre Young?
I believe I'm familiar with the doctor. Yes.
With the doctor, right?
Uh-huh.
We watched
PhD in funkology.
in that G funkology.
Yeah.
We were watching this movie called Straight Outta Compton. I don't know if you know about it.
I'm familiar with this
Yeah,
film.
it's with this group called NWA. It's kind of a biopic of it.
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so being the homies were just sitting there watching the movie, and then we started talking about the soundtrack.
Okay.
And one of my homies was like, "You know what? That shit wasn't it for me." And I was like, "What?" Because yeah, I felt like if we're talking about Dr. Dre's discography, that 2001 is his best CD, and Compton doesn't even come close to that. And I'm like, really?
Wow. Okay.
I was like, what? He goes, yeah, like it's for sure 2001, then it's The Chronic, and then down here is Compton, the soundtrack. And I'm like,
I'm definitely.
I don't know about that one.
I'm definitely not mad at that order, but I wouldn't say that there's that big of a gap. Like, sure, if you want to say the Compton soundtrack was, I mean, he has 3 albums, so they have to be, 1, 2, 3. They have to go in a particular order. Yeah, if you want to put it as third, that's fine, but to leave that space, that big gap, don't get me wrong, 2001 is classic, hands down.
Yes.
Hands down. I wish I knew who it was that you were talking about, because a lot of time when you take someone else's, when you try to listen to someone else's opinion and you try to see from what perspective they're coming from, a lot of times you have to look at their opinions on other things, just to kind of get a range, just to kind of get a basis of like how does this person view other things, Is this a person that is one of those people that always says, oh, well, the new shit's always better. I mean, the old shit's always better. They'll never top their first shit. If it's like one of those people, then it's like, oh, okay, then I get where you're coming from. I understand. But also those projects have had time to accumulate,
to marinate, I guess.
and become classics, right? Because we can't come out the gate calling the first year everything's a classic, right? You need the 7-8 years to see if it holds up over time. But I wouldn't personally put that big of a gap. I thought the soundtrack was great.
I thought it was amazing. But also I think me personally, I think I like The Chronic better than 2001.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, I might even put The Chronic at the top of that.
Yeah.
At the top of that. I don't know. I guess for me, the Compton soundtrack was more of a everybody's dying to work with Dre. At that point, everybody wants to work with Dre.
Yeah. So
At that point, if he reaches out to you,
Yeah.
nobody's saying no to Dre.
for sure.
So I guess it doesn't have that same vibe as opposed to when the Chronic comes out, he's out here trying to prove that he can get this shit done. Going out on his own. And then by the time 2001 comes out, everyone's like, oh, he fell off because it's been so long since he dropped an album.
Yeah,
and then he had a couple groups in between that didn't exactly pan out.
Yeah, and it's crazy because I didn't even think about that. Like when we were just talking about, I was like, damn, like from the Chronic to 2001, which ironically came out in 1999. I still don't know why he called it 2001.
I think, well, I mean, my guess is like you have to put yourself in the position, in the mind of people who are in 1999, and everyone's talking about how the world's gonna be over in 2000 in the new year, and like 2001 probably sounds so futuristic, so fucking far out. In 2001, we're gonna have flying cars, baby.
Yeah. So I guess you're right. I didn't put myself in the position of like, damn, people probably thought he did fall off. Like, oh, that's from dude from NWA, and like that he had one good album, and that's it. It's been however long it was. I think it was like
6, 7 years.
6, 7, 8 years that between albums.
Yeah.
And then that shit hit. And then I guess if I think about it, I think 2001 has maybe the more. I can already think of the hits in my head in 2001.
You're talking about like more notable tracks.
Notable tracks.
Yeah.
Then like the Chronic still has like Dre Day. And so I was like, I can't even fuck now.
Yeah.
Shit, huh?
Yeah. No, 2001 definitely, like off the top of my head, there's definitely songs that you're like, oh shit, of course, like that shit had bangers on it. But the Chronic, I guarantee, like if you sit down and just go through the track list, or like you ride around and play it, like, oh come on, the shit is undefeated, dog. Like you can't really fuck with it.
Yeah. I had nothing with the G thing. I'm thinking about. I forgot in that album for sure.
But you know what? Going back to like things that stand the test of time is funny because just recently I watched Men in Black.
The first one.
Yep, that shit stands the test of time.
I like that movie a lot. I like the first
honestly.
one a lot. Yeah.
That shit is fucking comedy.
Yeah,
like it's still funny. And I know, usually when you talk like great movies or whatever, you want the critically acclaimed, the dramatic, the award winners. But I don't give a fuck. Men in Black, the first one, is a great movie. That shit is funny. And it got me to the point where like last night I was watching the second one. I'm not gonna lie, that shit, it was a little bit of a letdown. The second one.
The second one? Which one?
The second one
was the one with the dog. They're running around with the dog.
Yeah.
And he's like,
well, the dog comes out in the first one too. But
he's more of
a bigger role.
He's a bigger role because everybody liked him.
Yeah.
And he's like, boom, chicka, chicka, boom, chicka, chicka, boom.
He is beatboxing and shit. Yeah.
All right. What was the third one about? Do you remember? That one I don't remember.
Yeah.
I saw it once.
That one, honestly, that one was pretty good. The third one, they have to time travel. Will Smith has to go back in time.
Oh, he finds out and then he finds out about his dad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
And like, that wasn't the first time that he met Kay. Like the first time he meets Kay like kind of protects him and like he has to flash him as a kid, and then later on in the first one, I guess that's when they meet or whatnot. But it's a good series. I never saw International.
I never watched it either. I didn't really care for it.
No offense to Hemsworth or the pretty. I was about to sound so sexist.
The pretty girl.
I can't think of her name though.
She's the one. She's in Thor.
Yeah, Thompson.
Right.
Something Thompson.
Tessa Thompson.
Yeah.
Tessa Thompson. Bad. She's bad.
I mean, she killed her shit in Thor for sure. But nothing about that movie made me want to watch it. Will Smith, did he just have a birthday or am I tripping?
No, but I think maybe you're saying that because just Bad Boys has been
everywhere.
It's
coming out next week.
It's coming out like this, next week I think.
Next Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, you know why? Because Will Smith was on the Jimmy Fallon show, and I don't know if you saw, but him and Jimmy did like a rap that broke down like Will Smith's career. So they named like his hit singles and all the movies, and honestly, it was pretty cool to see. But if you're listening to it, you can tell like Will Smith is running out of breath midway through the shit.
Oh fuck!
Because it was a rap, but it wasn't a rap to be like catchy.
Yeah.
Like he's trying to bar out, but bar out and include all his hit movies and shit.
I can't imagine doing all that.
And he's just going and running out of breath. So it was pretty funny, but it was cool. Speaking of TV, did you? Well, I know you didn't watch the Golden Globes.
I didn't watch the Golden Globes. Nah. I
Don't
didn't.
worry, I'm not judging you. I didn't watch them either.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
not judging you. But it sounded like I was gonna be very
Yeah, I
pretentious.
thought you'd be like, bro, really? Like you didn't fucking catch the Golden Globes? Cause like I
Like,
got my
because-
popcorn, I sat down, I came out
because
of
your
work.
feeble mind could not comprehend the critically acclaimed awards that were going to be given out that evening.
Apparently,
Nah, fuck that. I'm not sitting down and watching that shit, especially for how long it is.
it's like 3 hours. No, that's how most award shows are. No,
I want to say most. Honestly, I haven't seen an award show in forever.
you haven't seen the VMAs?
No, I don't watch none of that shit.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't either. But
Well,
I
I
used
mean-
to watch it.
Yeah, no, me too. But I feel like at this point, these award shows mean nothing to me.
Why? They're entertaining. It's more. Remember, they're putting on a show.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, I guess because I take it so personal when I feel they get it wrong.
Yeah.
That is just like at the end of the day, bro. I don't care. Your opinion does not validate mine.
I get what you're saying.
You
But
know?
also when one of your boys win, you're like, fuck yes.
Oh yeah,
yes. But it's still bullshit. But yes.
yeah. Or even if somebody I like is gonna perform at one of the shows, I'll just YouTube it after.
True.
I don't want to watch the show.
True.
You know, for
True,
what? I'm not gonna sit around and wait anymore. I guess that's one of the good things of. I guess one of the good and one of the bad things of the internet age.
Or
You just have access to everything right away.
you just have a short attention span now and you don't want to deal with it.
That's what I'm saying. That's why one of the good things and one of the bad things. Because as a kid, I guess we had internet, but it wasn't that as fast, or not everything was as accessible as now. I mean, now, a couple swipes of your finger, you're on a porn site. It ain't shit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's not like it's my homepage or anything.
I mean,
yeah.
But like even as a kid, like talking about porn shit. As a kid, you didn't have a laptop. And a lot of us didn't have cell phones till later on. So if you was going to get on the internet, you only had the home computer, which for most people was based in the living room.
Yep, for sure.
In the living room. We didn't have a separate office space or nothing like that. So if you want to access these pornographic images, you got to wait for everybody to be asleep. And then you gotta sneak out to the computer, right? Try not to make no noise.
Why does this sound like you're telling me a story about yourself?
And then you gotta wait to see if you hear anything. No? Okay, I'm gonna turn it on. And then you hit the button, and then the fans, and you're like, fuck, I hope nobody wakes up. And then you gotta do your thing, as, a 12, 13-year-old boy, never seen anything, and you just on here like, and drool's coming out your mouth.
Interesting.
But I'm saying that's how the story was told to me.
Oh, okay.
That's what was told to me.
I got you. Okay, it sounded like a personal story.
Because I'm a great storyteller, Dan.
Oh, so you make it seem like it's you in the story.
You know what I'm saying? I just gave these people an image, and they all picture it now.
Yeah, okay.
But I mean,
I'm picturing.
Never me. I was getting laid at like 8 years old, or molested, whatever you want to call it. But what the fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah, like having access to the internet. So even as kids, when I would watch these award shows, like I grew up with 2 older sisters, so like they weren't into like. Well, when we were younger, they were like really into boy bands and
Backstreet Boys in sync.
Yeah, and then we got a little bit older, and like my sisters like Nelly, one of my sisters like Linkin Park, and like just different genres of music. So like when they would perform or when they would be on award shows, we would all sit around and then you'd have to watch the show and wait for them to come on.
Yeah,
you don't know when they're gonna perform; you just know they're performing. And now with the age of the cell phone and the internet, I ain't sitting around waiting for that shit. I don't care if these people win.
That's crazy. You're so right. Because before you would just have to wait through the whole show. And like the thing, I think maybe that's why they probably put on good shows back then or better shows. I don't know. Maybe because we were younger, we thought they were better.
Yeah. Also, like we probably looked to celebrities a little bit more, so like they meant more to us. Like when you saw them on the TV.
Oh my god, this person is giving out the award for I don't fucking know best new rock.
No, or even like when they had the MTV Movie Awards, like best kiss in a movie.
Yeah, and
like,
I was like,
what the fuck?
What
the fuck kind of award is that?
Well, best kiss, and then like I think I remember one year it was the fucking.
It was a Spider-Man one.
That's
the one I'm thinking of.
I'm thinking about the one with the Notebook.
Oh, okay.
And then they actually like ran up to each other and like did the same thing.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they like they run up on stage and they ran to each other, and then what's her face jumped on him, and I was like,
what's her face is exactly right. Yeah. But also interesting, both scenes that we thought of were in the rain, right? Because they're kissing scenes in the rain, right?
The Spider-Man is
he's hanging upside down, and then she pulls down his mask, and then they start making out.
I remember when I was in middle school, I was like, damn, I want to do that. Oh,
kiss upside down.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
You know what? I was about to make fun of you, but I probably had that feeling too.
Yeah, so I know you did. I know everybody did because everybody saw that movie.
I mean,
And I was like, oh, I want to do that. That's so cool.
kiss upside down. So then what are you gonna do? You gonna hang out at the monkey bars all day and wait for a bitch to pass or what?
You just be like, all right,
I'm ready.
I'm ready. Let's go. Let's
Take
do
your
this.
turn, ladies.
I don't know. I don't even know how. Like I think I asked like whatever girl. I was like, you want to like do this? And she's like, okay. It was just weird.
Yeah, same thing over here. I was like, hey, you want to do this? She was like, who are you? And,
No.
Fuck. And then that's when you gotta turn on the computer at 3 a.m. and you just wait. However the fuck we got to this topic of conversation, I want to talk to you about the Golden Globes.
Yes, we do. Yes.
Because Ricky Gervais hosted the Golden Globes, and he had an opening monologue that was, I guess, needless to say, quite stirring.
I guess there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I
guess stirring?
It is and it isn't. I don't know. Like to me, like it wasn't that. When I watched it, I was like, it wasn't that big of a.
Okay, here's the thing.
Okay.
Completely understand what you're saying, right? It wasn't like the most. Why do I have a lisp right now? The most. It wasn't the most breathtaking or the most controversial.
It's because it's early.
I know. Honestly, I'm still asleep. But you have to compare that to other opening monologues, to other people who host these award shows, and they would never touch some of these jokes that he went into.
I feel you.
And when I talk about some of the jokes that he went into, first of all, in his opening monologue, he mentioned the fact that people of color are constantly being snubbed, and he was just kind of like, "What do you want to do? The voters are racist. Ain't nothing you can do about it. It is what it is. Let's move on." And it was like, yeah, he's being honest.
You're not wrong.
What are we gonna do? We're gonna strike? Okay, I guess they're not.
Yeah,
it's gonna be the same shit. People are still gonna act in movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
It don't matter. Probably the biggest one, the most breathtaking one, was the Jeffrey Epstein joke.
Oh, that shit was nice. It's like, yeah, that shit was funny.
Not only was it funny, but he goes, "Oh, relax. I know he was like, your friend.
He was your friend." And everybody was just like,
but it gets on multiple jokes. It gets cringeworthy in that room.
Yeah.
Like they hit Tom Hanks with the camera a couple of times, and he just did not want to have a good time. And there were a couple guys who were laughing, a couple people who were laughing. I know Martin Scorsese was laughing at himself. Old boy who plays Captain America, it looked like he was cracking up, having a good time.
Chris Evans?
That boy.
Yeah.
And I liked it because he definitely pushed the boundary. And he was saying, he's like, it's the 5th time I'll host this show. I'm not coming back to do it again. I'm just going to get my shit off.
He did get his shit off.
You know James Corden, who hosts that Late Show? He calls him a fat pussy in the middle of his monologue. And I was like, God damn. Like, he was just going in. But the most important part, I feel, or my favorite part, was towards the end of his monologue when he's talking about, he was telling the celebrities, when you win your award tonight, don't come up front and give a political lecture. Don't try to tell anybody how they should live their lives. And he goes on to say, you know, you guys don't know shit about the real world because you probably live in the real world 3 days out of the year. You don't know what it's like. So he's just telling them, come get your award, thank your God, thank your agent, and get the fuck off stage.
Yeah.
And he says, get the fuck off stage.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, he's really out here kicking some shit. He really does not want to host this shit next year. He's just going to get his shit off. But I felt like it was important. Just basing it off of, take the Oscars, for example, like, they got rid of Kevin Hart for some offensive tweets or whatever, and Ricky Gervais mentions that too. It's just certain things that these award shows don't want to touch or they don't want to go near, and this guy's like, nah, fuck it, I'm gonna get my shit off.
I mean, like, so when he says that, like, I get where he's coming from, because it's true. Like, at the end of the day, like, there's things that when I want to watch something, I don't want to worry about like what politics or anything. Like, I want to watch this because I want to be entertained. I don't want to worry about the other shit's going on.
Yeah.
But like, I also see the other side of this, and that, you know how he's saying, you know, just take your fucking thing, blah blah blah, and just get the fuck out. Don't try to push your agenda.
Right.
Which is I get it. I it's cool, but also it's like, yo, if that really was the case, then we would probably be telling these people like, oh, that's fucked up. Like, do you see what the fuck's going on in the world?
And you don't care.
And you have a platform, and you don't care. All you care about is blah 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 blah. Like how we got mad at Michael Jordan because like, oh well, Republicans buy sneakers too, like shit like that.
Right.
So I get it. I think like it's a damn if you do, damn if you don't. But I mean, I still enjoyed the monologue. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah. So I see what you're saying, but I agree with your first part where you say that you're watching it and you don't want to hear about it. There's a time and a place for everything.
Yeah, for sure.
The same way that, like, I don't like it when people tell athletes, "Oh, just shut up and play." Like, no, like you do have a platform. You should use it for good. The same way we have this show, the small platform that we do.
Really
And
small. I like pretty small, like really small.
well, also you know, the platform that we do, and we help out with the toy drive at Tabs. How we want to set up our own charity fund later this year.
Yeah.
Like we have a small platform, and we need to use it. But there's a time and a place for everything. Yeah, I don't want to hear anybody lecture me at the Golden Globes. But also, I'm not gonna watch the Golden Globes. What the fuck doesn't matter? And I'm not even a Ricky Gervais fan. Like honestly, for the most part, I find him pretty annoying.
Honestly, I like him because The Office. That's it.
Even then, like I didn't like the UK version of The Office.
I like him because that started the U.S. Office, not because of the UK Office.
But do you like him?
I mean, like,
You don't like him. You're just like
I'm not here like, oh fuck, let me YouTube the newest Ricky Gervais fucking video.
no. You're just like grandfathering him. You're just like giving him his props.
Yeah, his props, cool, that's it. But not. I feel you. I'm the same way. I'm not a huge fan.
yeah.
I'm not excited to see his next fucking
Special or if he
whatever
hosts
the
a show.
fuck.
Nah.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
But I'll YouTube the clip if somebody says, "Yo, you should check out that Ricky Gervais shit."
I'll be, all right, for sure.
For sure, because there were definitely plenty of outlets and plenty of people talking about it. So that's what made me interested. I just heard people like, "Oh, can you believe some of the shit he was saying?"
Yeah,
I was like,
I
"Damn,
mean,
I need
like,
to check it out."
I have like a friend that may or may not be a Trump supporter on Instagram, and she was like,
Garrett?
what?
Garrett?
Whoa, hey, we don't talk about those people. Come on, relax, bro.
Wait, those people? You mean Trump supporters or black people?
Hey, you're trying to get us canceled.
I'm asking you.
Trump supporters.
Oh, okay.
No. But
Garrett, you know I'll fuck with you, boy.
Oh yeah, no MAGA all day. And I think she was just like saying like, "Oh yes, preach, blah 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 blah." Like he's putting it to these Hollywood liberals, blah blah blah. And I'm like, I mean, I guess like I don't know.
Oh, she was referring to the speech, the monologue.
Speech. Yeah, exactly. And I'm just like, okay, like now you're pushing your agenda, kind of. So now it's just like, chill, like relax. Yeah.
I feel like we have no problem with what Ricky Gervais is saying, but then when you hear her say something, it's like, oh, shut up, bitch. I feel you.
But yeah, my bad, G. I didn't mean to put out your political stance to the world,
but also, I mean, you put it out yourself, dog.
That's true.
You feel me? It's a vibe. There was a group of young gentlemen that you wanted to talk about, right?
I do. Wait, do I?
A trio?
A trio? Oh yes, a trio.
A trio of them.
A trio of them. Since we were talking about music, we went from music to Golden Globes, back to a little bit of music again. This group called Griselda. It's a group from Buffalo, New York. Low key, I don't know is there anybody from Buffalo, New York?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Right? I don't think so. I think they're the first. It's to Tree Men, Benny the Butcher, Conway the Machine, West Side Gun. Honestly, just off top, those names are hard as fuck.
I mean, I'm familiar with West Side Gun.
I'm familiar with West Side Gun. Benny the Butcher, not really. Conway the Machine, no. But like those are dope rap names. Like I wish, yeah, like
definitely.
They probably went up to the Wu-Tang Generator and like they did what that.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah. So they signed to Shady Records. In I think 2017, their first album was official album was released as a trio on November 29th, 2019. The reason why I wanted to talk about it today is because their lead single, Dr. Birds, their video was released earlier this week, and it was directed by Hype Williams.
Oh shit, that's a big move.
That's a big move. Yeah. And honestly, I've been hearing a lot of just out of every single outlet. I've been hearing the name Griselda.
Right.
I'm like, who are these people? Maybe like 2-3 months ago, I was like, Griselda, like what is this? And I started looking them up, and then I found this album, and honestly, I like that album a lot. If you were into again that old like boom bat East Coast hip hop vibes,
Yeah.
that's definitely what they are. They spit, they tell stories. Like I feel like that's what I'm missing in rap nowadays, that only certain people do.
Right.
And I feel like they do a great job at it. On top of that, they have a couple big guest verses. One, obviously Eminem, they're signed to Shady Records. They have another one with 50 Cent. That at first I was like, that's a little weird. But when I heard him on that song,
It was a good fit.
it was a good fit because he sounded like I said earlier, like Jamaica Queens 50 Cent, like mixtape 50 Cent. Like,
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, okay. Like and like it's dope, man. It's a straight up gangster rap, talking about the hood, talking about like pushing, doing bricks, doing all that shit. And they're dope. They're dope. They can spit, And honestly, if anyone wants to listen to some new shit, like definitely go ahead and pump them in. They're called Griselda. Their album is called WWCD.
Do you know what it stands for?
What would and then I don't know what something do. I don't know what the C is.
Honestly, when you sent it to me, I was like, World War something. I'm like, these guys are fast. Like, the World War 3 memes just dropped. These guys are fucking fast,
No,
man.
they've been ahead. They had that shit since November, bro.
Yeah,
the thing
well,
is, what would Chengwin do? I think that's the album name, if I remember correctly. What that means to them, I don't know. I have to do some more research on that. But definitely check them out. Again, they spit, they tell stories. Honestly, to me, they sound kind of like a modern Wu-Tang.
it's big. That's big.
And I don't want to like, yeah.
You already
yeah.
did it. You already did it.
I know I did.
You already did it.
But exactly.
Well, I just want to give major props and a major shout out to Shady Records and their publicist team, because for a long time, people have been saying that, like, if you go to Shady Records, like, it's not gonna work out for you. You're just not gonna pop. Like, they're just not invested in the artist as much as they should be, and you see that in guys like Yellow Wolf, Slaughterhouse. Maybe even, I guess, no, I don't. Did Joyner ever sign a Shady?
I don't know.
I don't think he did. I don't think
so.
he did. He was just close affiliated.
Yeah.
But you see talented rappers, talented artists just kind of go by the wayside and like they never really pop off. But here we have a group, Griselda, who their album dropped back in November.
Yeah.
Usually you want the build up to come before the album so people are anticipating waiting for it. I never heard of them.
Uh-huh.
The album dropped. I never heard of the album. It's been 2-3 months now. They dropped the video with Hype Williams and they got people talking about it. They got us talking about it.
Yeah.
So if you're able to discover them now, that publicist team or who's ever playing chess behind the boards over there, I mean, they got it. They're making the right moves right now, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think they got the notoriety that they deserve because, not to say that I fucking know everything, but I feel like I would have heard of them by now, you know?
Yeah,
So
for sure.
if now we're starting to discover them, great, because you don't want to see talent go to waste. And shout out to Boogie, man, because he was like the first one off Shady Records who really
popped off.
Yeah, because even if you want to throw Slaughterhouse in there, like they all had individual careers before they got together.
Yes.
So they already had a following. Even if it wasn't a big following, they had like their hardcore fans. And then they team up to become, you know, the super group that they are. And even after that, they have problems with Shady Records. So, I mean, shout out to Griselda. Hopefully everything works out for them. I'm going to be checking them out. And we're going to see if they're the new school Wu-Tang.
New school Wu-Tang, yeah.
New school Wu-Tang.
New
That's what I'm going to
school
call them
Wu-Tang.
from now on. New school Wu-Tang. Man, something that I didn't want to talk about that I wanted to avoid, but, you know, facts are facts, man. Facts are facts. So we're going to have to talk about it, man, is the NFL.
Facts are facts.
Because
Why?
last week we did our pick'em for the weekend.
Yeah.
It was 4 games.
Yeah.
I got 1 out of the 4 right.
And guess what?
Talk to me.
I did work.
You got 3 out of the 4.
I got 3 out of 4. I didn't want to bet on it, but I did.
I know.
I
I
know.
offered you the bet too.
I know. And then all the homies were telling me like, bro, like you didn't take that bet, dude. You were right. And I was like, I know. I fucked up, but it's all good.
Yeah, I ate a bag of dicks last week, man.
Hey, it happens.
And also I got these wrong. Like they were 2 separate things. Yeah, so last week, man, I thought the Bills were going to come through with the upset, but the Texans beat them 22-19 in a thriller of a game.
Yeah.
It was a boring first half, but the second half was...
Well, yeah, freaking Deshaun had what? I think he had 247 yards, 1 touchdown on passing. He also had 55 yards and 1 TD on rushing. Like, my dude can just do it all.
I mean,
He's a one-man army.
He's super talented. I'm just nervous to see what he does further in these playoffs.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Then we had Titans going against the Pats. You called that upset.
I did.
And I said, I don't see Tom Brady losing in the first round.
You definitely
Well,
said that.
there's a reason I don't have 20/20 vision and I use glasses because I could not see that happening. And the Titans beat the Patriots 20-13.
Yeah, something that I noticed about that is that Tannehill didn't do shit that game. He had 1 touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
He made it count. But I think it was all Derrick Henry. I think he had 34 carries, a touchdown, 182 yards. Damn, like that offense goes through him.
I mean, right now it's like you know what they're going to do,
Yeah.
but can you stop what they're going to do
Yeah.
is the question. Then we had the Vikings taking on the Saints. I said, Drew Brees at home in the first round in the Superdome. He got it.
He got it.
And then the Vikings beat the Saints
He don't
26-20.
He don't got it.
But I just want to say how you was lacking in faith in my boy Kirk Cousins.
I was until you told me that secret. You're like, bro, This game is at 1. Like his time is gonna be different. Trust me,
His
and
clock
it
is
works.
different.
It's true. It's true. I gotta make. I don't know what time their game is, but if it's at 5:30, I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, you know. Ugh. And then we had the only game of the weekend that mattered. Seahawks over the Eagles. Seahawks won 17-9, in which obviously the genius that I am called the Seahawks winning that game.
Genius. I mean, you didn't go out on a limb, but
And also the Eagles were all hurt. And then Carson Wentz goes out in the first quarter.
yeah, that's.
But you know what though? If you didn't already, you gotta respect the fuck out of Russell Wilson, man.
Yeah, dude.
Because after the game, he goes and he shakes Doug Peterson's hand, and the first thing he does is he asks about Carson and his health. You know, is he okay? Is everything all right? And Russell Wilson's just a class act, dog.
He is.
And if you say Sierra didn't level up with Russell Wilson, you a fucking liar. You a fucking liar. So those were the scores for the first weekend. Now we're on to the divisional round. The teams that were on bye week got to get ready and play this week. But they've also had, you know, an extra week of preparation for who they're going to play. In the first matchup, we got the Texans taking on the Chiefs. How you feel?
I like the Chiefs, but I don't want to count out Deshaun Watson.
I'm in the exact same boat. I personally would like to see the Chiefs win the Super Bowl,
Okay. Uh-huh.
but I feel like it's a 50-50 with the Texans.
I mean, I literally Deshaun Watson can carry this team to beat the Chiefs.
Well,
I
not
think
only
so.
that, but I just feel like they're both high-scoring offenses with not very good defenses.
So it's just gonna be.
I
So
think-
the over/under is 51. You think they're gonna go over?
Yeah. What you could tell me the over-under was fucking 82. I'd be like, oh yeah, they're going over. Dude. It's just fucking ridiculous. Yeah, I think they're definitely going over. But I mean, we have to make a pick.
Okay, look. So look, Kansas City over here is -10 on the spread.
You wanna flip a coin for it?
For which one? Do we got a coin?
Yeah, I'll find one. Hold on.
All right.
Let me get a coin.
What if
keep the people entertained?
All right. Okay. So this one time in band camp, I was damn. I don't even know what to say now. Well, while Francisco's looking for a coin, he actually can't find one. Are you that broke, bro, that you can't find a coin? You don't got.
I'm that broke that the first coin I found was a penny.
Oh, okay. You can find. Oh, you only have. I mean, we have a stack of ones. What if we just flipped the stack of ones?
I honestly, we should have. That would have been baller as fuck, but nobody would have seen it happen. Okay.
Oh, so you found a penny. Oh,
I
shit.
did find a penny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. Damn. All right.
Because I'm 50-50 on it. Are you 50-50 on it?
I am. I am 50-50 on
If
it.
you're leaning a certain way, we won't flip.
Hold on. All I want to say is that like Kansas City is favorited -10. Like if you want to bet the Texans for that underdog bet, like you could do it, and I think it'd be a good.
You're saying
bet.
that it'd be closer than 10?
Yeah, I think so. Again,
I mean, I'm saying bet the over on that bitch.
flip the coin. What do we?
You want to flip the coin?
Flip the coin.
Okay. So
Heads.
heads is Chiefs, tails is Texans.
Yeah. Tails Texans.
And this is for, we'll say, your pick, right?
Yes.
So if it's heads, you're taking the Chiefs.
Yes.
It's heads, you're taking the Chiefs. I'll take the
Alright.
Texans.
All right. Cool.
And that's how we just settle debates on this fucking show.
That's what we do. We just, you know what? Flip a coin. Just do it.
All right. So then next up, we got the Titans at the Ravens.
Okay. So at first, looking into this game,
Right.
I wanted the upset on this one, but I feel like I can't choose two upsets because I feel like there's another upset coming. So I'm not. I think I'm gonna lean for the Ravens, obviously, for this one.
Yeah, I think the Ravens beat the Titans pretty handily. for this
Yeah.
one.
Damn. So we're choosing the same team. That's kind of boring.
I'm not taking the Titans.
I'm not either.
You eat a bag of dicks on that one.
I mean, I won't, but yeah, no. I think I'm gonna take the Ravens. Baltimore -10, over under 46.5. I feel like a under there for some reason.
46.5.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at that under.
yeah.
It's a little tight, but I'm not mad.
It's a little tight.
Also, that's what I
That's-
said.
Yeah.
Next game we got is the Vikings at the Niners.
So I think I got the upset over here.
You know what?
I feel it.
I'm not mad at it.
I feel this upset. I was like, I can't do two upsets. I'm gonna do one upset. I like this. I like the Vikings against the Niners for some reason. I think the Niners secondary. I don't think they're that good.
I mean, no, they're definitely pretty good.
Does their secondary?
Yeah, they're definitely pretty good. But for whatever reason, I like that upset. But I'm comfortable taking the Niners.
No, I'm gonna take the Vikings.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine. Perfectly
Okay.
fine. And then the last game of the weekend is where I have my upset, We have the Seahawks
Okay.
taking on the Packers.
Really? Because I for sure have the Packers on this one.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
Really?
Something about the craziness that is the Seahawks Packers rivalry in the playoffs and opening games. Something crazy always happens.
And they
Like
got
a
beast
safety,
mode.
a Hail Mary touchdown. Something ridiculous always happens.
I don't know.
And-
The Green Bay Packers have been quiet. Have been the best quiet team of all time. Like they've been super.
Well, I
quiet.
don't know about of all time, but
They've been super quiet, bro.
They
I
have.
think they got this.
They have.
I think they got this.
My thing is the Seahawks are just one of those teams that, and I said it last week, they don't care where they play. Yeah, they have the strength of playing at home because of the 12 man, but they'll go on the road and beat anybody. Like they're just not scared to play anybody at their home. And you're gonna go into Lambeau Field in cold weather.
That's the thing, though.
Don't care.
That's the thing. Is
Don't
that they're gonna
care.
play in Lambeau Field in cold weather. I think they got people shoveling the fucking snow right now in Lambeau Field.
Yeah, well,
And that's not good. That's not good for a West Coast team.
you know what?
They're not used to it.
They don't gotta worry about the snow because Russell Wilson gonna come in there and heat it up. You feel me, boy?
Oh my god.
Sierra's gonna be the halftime show.
No, I'm telling you, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers in the cold is elite.
Okay, so we're good then.
We're good.
We're good.
Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna take Chiefs. No, I'm sorry. You're taking Chiefs, Ravens, Vikings, Packers,
and Packers.
and I'm taking Texans, Ravens, Niners, Seahawks.
Yeah.
I felt like I need 2 upsets, but it is what it is. I better get more than one right. If
I'm
not,
getting 3 for 4. I'm going 3 for 4.
I'm gonna be upset.
Pun
Speaking of
intended.
people who aren't upset, we got the Los Angeles Lakers coming off of a win last night, sitting at 31-7, number 1 in the West. This last week they beat Detroit 106-99. If you remember last week, I was saying that Detroit had a few players that were role players, but I mean they were guys who were interesting. They were guys who were pieces. They're gonna be a good team, and they're gonna make us compete, and they did. They did. We only won the game by 7. And the next game we had was the Knicks, and I said they don't have interesting pieces. They have a bunch of role players who nobody really cares for, and we blew them out of the water, 117-87. And then we come off a win last night, which was another blowout
What's
without Anthony Davis.
Yeah, what's crazy about that is that I think the Mavericks were actually favored in that game. And we were going to bet beforehand,
Right.
before the game started, me and the homies. And then we're like, nah, let's just wait till the Lakers are down by like 5 points, and then we'll get even better odds. Lakers never went down the whole game.
Yeah, no. But, I mean, as well, I don't see any reason why the Mavs wouldn't be favored at home. The Lakers didn't have Anthony Davis.
They didn't have
the 2
Kristaps.
previous games were, pretty close. They both been balling out. But Kuzma came out and, I mean, he did his thing. I think he ended up with like 26 points.
26 points. Yeah,
And he helped open up that lead. What was really interesting to me was we had no Anthony Davis. And then probably about halftime, the bigs were in foul trouble. Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee. So they didn't play most of the third. So the Lakers went with a really small lineup, and they held their own. It got to a point where the Mavericks brought the lead down to 10, but the Lakers were able to, keep the small lineup and expand on that lead. And at one point, it got back up to 22, 23.
And then shout out my boy Jared Dudley.
Why?
Putting in minutes.
Why? Putting in minutes.
Putting in minutes.
And not much else.
But he put in minutes.
Oh, minutes he did.
Yeah,
He did
yeah.
register minutes. Yes, that is correct. He did do that. I just thought it was really interesting because it's putting these new look Mavericks in their first spot of adversity, right?
Yeah.
Because you got Luka, who's gonna be the new star. You got Kristaps, who was a star in New York, but realistically, he didn't do much. He was a star there because of how different his game is and how we haven't seen it in such a long time. But he is a good player.
No, I
He
think
is-
he's
he is
a
skilled.
great player. Yeah, for sure.
So you have these new look Mavericks, and a week goes by, a week and a half, maybe even 2 weeks goes by, and you look up at the standings, and they've lost 5 of their last 7. And now they're here at home getting blown out by the Lakers, a team that they feel they should be able to compete with. Luka misses a free throw. He starts ripping his jersey.
My boy turned into the Hulk. Turned into fucking.
They get dicked on a bad call. Carlisle gets out of pocket, and he gets kicked out of the game. They did get dicked on that call, though.
Well, okay, so what happened there? Because they were supposedly going to inbound the ball, or they already inbounded
So
the ball.
what happened was the ball went out of bounds, and the refs called it out of bounds on the Lakers.
Yeah.
So now the Mavericks get to inbound.
Uh-huh.
So the Lakers wanted a challenge,
Yeah.
but the ref didn't see that they were going to challenge until after the Mavs had inbounded the ball. Once they inbound the ball, that's it. You can't go back and challenge it.
Okay.
So they stopped the play after the Mavs had inbounded to review. And that's when Carlisle was like, you can't do that.
You can't do that.
They were going to steal a possession
That
from
makes
them.
sense.
Yeah, so I get it why he was pissed. We're getting blown out and you're dicking us. Like, nah, son, come on. But yeah, I like it. I like to see a coach like that come out and defend his team. I think they're gonna. They need to hit the All-Star break. That's what they need. They need to kind of reset.
They reset. I actually got breaking news for tonight's game.
Talk to me.
LeBron James is out with a cold.
What about Ant?
Ant is out.
Well, it's gonna be some tough sledding tonight. It's gonna be some tough sledding.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Oklahoma has been a team who has. That's what we're playing tonight. The Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yes.
They've been a team who have overperformed so far in the season. Like I thought, Chris Paul was like he's balling over there. He has to be for them to be winning as many games as they do. And next thing you know, I go and look at his stats, and he's averaging 15, 5, and 6, which are solid numbers, but not for Chris Paul and what you're paying him. So if we got it's going to be the Caruso show, bro.
It's going to be the Caruso show for real.
Fuck it, though. I mean, he keeps moving up in the All-Star ballots, so why not?
Damn, that's true. I think he's like...
He's 6 now in
sixth or
guards.
7th, yeah. Okay, Caruso.
He might get in, dude. He might
That'd
get
be
in.
legendary. That would be legendary.
It'd be funny for sure.
I want him in a dunk contest.
You know what? It'd be funny, but I'd feel bad for whoever got snubbed for him.
I wouldn't care.
I mean, if it was Devin Booker, I wouldn't give a fuck. I don't like Devin Booker, but yeah. So coming up this week, we got Cleveland and Orlando. Should both be dubs, right? We could beat those teams without LeBron and Ant.
Cleveland and Orlando?
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. I think in theory, on paper, yes, but I don't think the team has experience playing without LeBron and AD. I feel like this game we're gonna be like, oh fuck, like what are we doing?
We're gonna lose this game and people are gonna overreact tonight for sure. But we still have point guards to run an offense. We'll be okay.
Okay.
We'll be against those other teams. We should lose to OKC without those two guys. Around the NBA, Joel Embiid is out 1 to 2 weeks with a torn ligament in his right hand. I think 1 to 2 weeks is a bit of an exaggeration. I think he's going to be out a little bit longer than that. Just so you know the impact that Joel Embiid brings to a team, he's averaging 24 and 12. He's the best player on that team.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
For sure.
You don't have to worry about them dropping much because on paper that team is so talented. They're sitting at the 5th seed right now. Honestly, after the 6th seed in the East, it's really like a trail off of bad teams.
It's a wasteland, honestly.
So they're not going to drop too much if they do, but you have to worry about the teams ahead of them starting to run away. Because they're only like 5 games out of the 2 seed in the East. But without Joel Embiid, you have these games that you have to win in order to keep up with these guys. For sure. Did you see your boy Jimmy Butler get into it with TJ Warren?
I did.
Honestly, I thought... So what happened was Jimmy Butler's coming down the lane. TJ Warren tries to wrap him up for a hard foul. But if you were watching the game beforehand, there were a couple things going on, a couple of little bit of trash talking going on. So by the time this hard foul happens, like Jimmy Butler's had enough of it. He squares up and gets in his face. For a second, I thought Jimmy Butler was going to swing, though.
Honestly, Jimmy's about that life.
So Jimmy is about that life for sure. Jimmy Butler's a guy that I wanted to be a Laker. For sure, he's about that life. Yeah, and they had to be separated. You know, nobody really hits anybody in the NBA anymore. But there was a lot of middle fingers, a lot of you're fucking trash. Jimmy Butler blows him a kiss. And then after he gets interviewed and he goes, dog, he's just not on my level. Like, if I was that coach, I would never put him on me again because I'm going to tear his ass up every time. And this is a team that they're going to play each other 2 more times before the year's over.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. That's going to be interesting to watch.
But you know what? Victor Oladipo coming back. So it's going to be a little bit of a different story, at least with how competitive the game is. Because by that time, I think Miami was already up by 20.
It was just...
Yeah, but you're just picking on Indiana. Miami's the 2 seed in the East, and Indiana's like the 6, which is not bad. Like, they're right behind Philly, but also it's not great if you're the 6th seed in the East.
No, not at all.
For sure. And then we had Russell Westbrook return to Oklahoma City. It was nice. They had a tribute video. The fans didn't boo. They all cheered. You know, he was excited to be back there. Realistically, I think he spent, 8-9 years there of his career?
It was a decade, yeah.
And when you come into the league when you're 20, 21, like, you really grow up in that city.
For sure.
for like that's a major part of your life for you to spend that much time there, you know? So they appreciated him. It was nice to see, but the Rockets got blown out that night by a subpar team. So I mean, it kind of ruined the whole thing, but also if you're fucking the Houston Rockets, nobody's going to give you anything.
No, definitely.
Especially with them going they won in game 7 against the Warriors last year.
I forgot. You're so right. Was it last year or the year before?
I feel like it was last year, wasn't it? Oh, it was the year before. It was the year before. It was the year before.
That
right.
we thought, I was like, oh, this is it. This is it for the Warriors.
Yeah, because last year the Warriors swept the Trailblazers to go to the finals, which is boring as fuck. But if you're the Rockets, nobody's gonna give you anything. You have 2 All-Stars on that team, maybe even 3 with your center. Like, you got to get your shit right. You cannot be getting blown out.
Facts.
Maybe you lose that game.
But not blown out.
You don't
not
get fucking blown
but not
out
like
by
that.
that
Not
team.
like that.
Also, don't be in competitive games with the Atlanta Hawks. Don't have James Harden going back and forth with Trae Young. Like, no, somebody lock up Trae Young, dog, if we're going to win the chip in Houston, dog. But that's been another Saturday morning episode, man. I want to thank you guys for tuning in each and every week. Next week, I will be at a commission.
Out of commission?
Yeah, it's my birthday.
Oh.
It's my birthday.
Oh.
So I'm not going to be here to do an episode, but I'm sure Danny got something special cooked up for next week.
Look at me. I am the captain now.
You are the captain now, man.
Captain now.
You are the captain. So I'll see you guys all next week. Please behave while I'm not here, and have a good time.
Deuces.